All right, welcome back, guys. So we have my biggest hunt ever on Blue Ridge Silverhound. Kind of hard to believe because we've been around since 2010, and I've had all of these magical kind of little roll hunts here and there. Not nearly as many as some of my contemporaries, but you know, I do throw in some pretty good stuff, right? You guys probably remember that 2021 Lincoln Cent box from last year during the holidays was epic nonetheless. But yeah, it's time to join the big leagues. Since everybody else is, we have some big bills to go through here. All right, so the breakdown is we have $2,000 in 20s, we have $4,000 in hundos, and I'm going probably against my better judgment. Because you guys know me, right? If you're going to be hunting through currency, Sean, why aren't you going through ones? You're going to be able to go through a lot more. Well, that's true, all right? And I stick to my guns when I say dollar bills in large quantities is going to be your best shot in finding some of those fancy serial numbers, birthday notes, errors, all sorts of cool stuff. But yeah, there might be some stuff to find here, right? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. It shouldn't be too long of a video, considering that we, look at that. Could there be some star notes in there as well? Some low runs. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for you guys to witness this. But all this is going back in the bank, so, we can pay the mortgage and all sorts of other great crap that we all live to do, right? So thank you guys for tuning in on this video. Let's go ahead and adjust the old camera here a shade. Appreciate your guys' support. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button too on the way out. And as always, love you guys. Whatever you guys decide to do today, make sure you do it good. You do it with a lot of positivity and radiate it out into the world, and it'll come back in good kind. All right, so let's go ahead and see what all the hubbub's about. Maybe there's no hubbub at all. So yeah, we're going to be focusing on, $20 bills. These are the colorized, I mean, in all honesty, the serial numbers is going to be the biggest draw in all of this. We're going to look for radars, repeaters, all sorts of just really neat things. Because what we want to do is push the value up and above what the face value is. And some of the minor errors and stuff, like tiny little ink bleeds into the district seals and all that, that's not going to quite do it on a 20. Now, on a dollar bill, that's a different conversation. Though a dollar bill is easier to flip for $5 when it has a little bit of ink bleed in the district seal or a filled star, than a $20 bill. I mean, is anyone going to pay $25, $30 for a note that has a similar or the same type of error on a dollar bill? No, I wouldn't think so. So 71529181 is hardly anything to write home to mother about. Also, look for any mismatches, of course, if that applies. I've seen them on some of the newer notes. Always flip the note over. But let's go ahead and get started. We're simply going to observe. We got the teller bleeds right there with a little Sharpie pen or whatever they use to mark them. Look out for the 20s with the missing green seal. I believe those are on the non-colorized versions of the 20s. So another thing to be on the lookout for. Kind of a neat number pattern here. The 01 kind of throws it off a little bit. It's not anything special, but it does grab your eye because all the numbers are under 5. All right, so yeah, nothing really crazy right there. So yeah, like I said, I recommend if you guys are going to be doing this, obviously you're going to be buying dollar bills and not large denominations. Okay, so this one has margin tear. That's what they call that. Pretty common to see on used notes, obviously. And, that does play into the condition of collecting currency. You absolutely want to try and find a note that doesn't have any sorts of rips, tears, rust stains, things of that nature. So 4289-8478. No, not quite. All right, keeping it going here. So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. And, that if you guys are out there hunting, which a lot of people are doing these days in anticipation of a relatively busy coin holiday, which is normally the fall season, that I would say, things are beginning to heat up. We had the new American Women's Series quarter come out, the Nina Otero Warren. Already a few kind of very familiar errors have popped out from strike-throughs and all sorts of great stuff. And, the little die chips on the edge of the mouth, which, to this stage of the game, because we've seen it through 4 releases of the American Women quarters, is really not all that special anymore. So, enough talk there. A couple more edge tears, little margin doodads there. It's a spender all day long. So, pretty neat. I'll be sure I will be doing more of these hunts. Probably not to this level. This is not the kind of amount of money that you take out and keep out of the bank. I know for a lot of folks, this is quite a bit of money. It's like savings level type of holdings here. And, almost in half. So obviously, you're going to run through these and recycle them, take them back to your designated dump bank. Someone had actually mentioned, what is it? What exactly is a dump bank? I don't know what that is. And it's really another bank that you have no luck whatsoever pulling any sort of quality bankrolls or currency. Sometimes they just don't have any, so that's going to be your dump bank. Obviously they have issues retaining, money on hand, especially rolled coin. Yeah, people keep throwing out, the coin shortage is still a thing. Like 2.5 years after the conversation was first brought up. And people are still living in that kind of universe right now where it's like they firmly believe there is a coin shortage. But me personally, I don't have that kind of issues. Now, I will say this, and it's been brought up, and it's a very valid thing to talk about. It really depends on your bank, because I have a lot of folks who have smaller, independent kind of like credit unions that they go to, that they know, they have lots of issues obtaining, bank rolls, coin rolls in quantity. All right, because of maybe the type of or size of institution that they are. Now, where I have a lot of success is going to a bigger bank like Chase, or Bank of America or Wells Fargo, and these banks that I go to have large merchant services. Okay, that's where local businesses come to do deposits. They take out money, things like that. Now, your best bet, if you have the ability, you're going to need your tax ID number if you own a business, is to open up a business account. All right, that's going to be one of the big things that you can do to help yourself if you're looking to expand in this hobby and have kind of like that bandwidth. Yeah, nothing special so far with the serial numbers. I know MJ, right? Oh, Michael Jordan. Let's see, MJ23. That'd be awesome. That'd be kind of like a jersey number. But look at the zeros there. But you guys understand that if you have the ability to open up a business account, or if you already have one because you do own a business, you just know that you could take advantage of that to your benefit. You could go in and as a merchant, you can ask for pretty much anything you need. Sometimes it's better, however, to call ahead. All right, call ahead and order, like I do with at my Chase Bank that I normally go to. I'll call on occasion and say, hey, I want to take out $1,000 in once. All right, great. We'll have it ready for you by Friday. And I called on, say, like a Tuesday or Wednesday. But even if you don't have an account to that level, you could still certainly try and do that. All right, with a personal account. So almost a birthday note. February 4th, 2817. So is anybody going to be around 800 years from now? I mean, this note might be a thing then. You never know. But yeah, that's... so here's the deal. I've had a lot of people question the birthday date orientation. And it's always 2 digits, 2 digits, 4 digits. So it's 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, 4 digits for the year. And that's how we here in the United States, it's different in other countries because they go backwards and stuff. But here, where there's more value for these type of notes with that kind of orientation, that's what collectors prefer to see because that's what they're familiar with. I know it sounds dumb, and however which way that you can do it, where it'll be beneficial to you. I actually know a gentleman that goes through nothing but $1 bills, finding birthday notes. He would find them, he would post them on eBay, or I think he even did another e-commerce site, and he ends up selling them for $20 a piece. And he has at any given time about 2,000 notes in inventory, and he does really well. So that's kind of like another way where you can take advantage of this hobby, where it can become a secondary source of income. So yeah, if not for the uninteresting serial numbers and whatnot on here, at least we get to have a little conversation about how you, ladies and gentlemen, can take advantage of this hobby to make it more than just a hobby. All right. And it's doing little things like, say, collecting a bunch of birthday notes and reselling them on the secondary market, because people actually do search for these, and people do really well. But again, you have to be aware that that what people can afford, because it's more of a novelty than anything else and a gift, is that they want something inexpensive. If you're looking through $20 bills to find some of those birthday notes, and you want to flip them for, say, $39.99, man, that's way too expensive. And that's probably something you shouldn't do if you're trying to get into this as a little side hustle type deal. All right. I like the 0707 on the end. Now, if we would have completed it all the way across, they call that a super repeater. But with the newer notes, you don't have to worry about like mule errors, plate number differentiators and all that stuff, except for the 2013 New York B Stars, where you do have a duplicate printing of those. So yeah, look at all the ones, pretty neat. But this is actually our first date. And it's strange that I found this because my birthday, Blue Ridge, is November 18th, 1961. Actually, I wasn't born in 61. I'm not quite that old, but this is quite interesting. Wow, I think this was meant for me to find. I don't know. I'm just gonna hold on to this one. That's interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, Sean, are you crazy? You're holding on to a 20? Heck yeah, man. It's got my birth date on there, except the year. So we have a currency sleeve. These can be purchased anywhere for cheap. I think probably 50 cents or so. So we have our first real find. I think that's more for me than anything else. I'll never be selling that thing. But let's go on back through the hunt here. Now, if that was $1 bill, ladies and gentlemen, you could honestly take that note, turn it around, and sell for $20. That is truly something extraordinary that a lot of people are doing. Okay, one person I know of, we're not gonna go there again because if I have to explain myself again, then you guys will just end up slapping me outside my head. Another thing that people like to look for on currency, and we haven't found one yet, is a deviation of the actual serial number line. They call it a gas pump, or where one digit's a little higher than the rest. That might be the closest. See how just a shade lower the 3 is there at the end of the serial number. Again, the premium has everything to do with how far off or how far down or up that number is. If you have a gas pump digit where it's one number is high and you begin to see a shred or a sliver of the next corresponding number on that little roller, then you have something that's worth a lot of money. I've seen those notes, like dollar bills, sell for like $100, $200, ungraded. All right. They called it turn digit is what the true, I guess, name for it is in currency error hunting. So yeah, pretty interesting. I feel like I'm going through this rather slow, but we're trying to cover all the bases here. And just making sure I don't miss anything. So you got more of the teller stuff there, and that'll actually be designated as teller stamp or something. See, there's a teller stamp right there. That's not an actual error. That was placed on the note by the banks as a way of tracking it, I guess. So yeah, 242474. Man, we're almost there. We were 50% of the way through. If you covered your finger like that. Oh man, yeah. Sounded like I was doing something else, but we're not gonna go there. All right. But yeah, this is a really, really easy kind of activity to go through on your own by yourself. Another margin tear there. That is therapeutic. I love doing this when I don't want to do anything else, or if I have kind of like a writer's block or, creator's block when it comes to doing videos on YouTube. Generally I'll pick up, a few bundles of once and I'll go through them and, just really decompress. I'll put on some sort of music, on YouTube or Pandora or something like that to just kind of like get away from my own head, because I think that's part of the reason why, I get these little mental blocks. And, sometimes, not all the time, you'll see me disappear for a few days, like maybe on a weekend, you won't see me at all. Unless it's justified, unless I come up and say, hey guys, I'm going to be out for the weekend to do this and that. And, anyways. So here we are trudging through these $20 bills. Haven't seen anything other than our Sean BlueRidgeSilverhound birthday note, which is 17 years too early on there. Nothing else of note. So someone, what is that, 500 or 600? That's a teller stamp there. A few of the notes are pretty crispy, but they're all circulated. So let's talk a little bit about how to obtain brand new notes. This has been talked about by a few other channels. There's a prominent YouTube and TikTok content creator. You guys probably know him. He has a pretty big presence. He's probably bigger. He is bigger than I am. Collectively, he has many subscribers, not only on YouTube. Oh, that's neat. 1934. All right, but the second half of the number really doesn't prove anything there. Does a lot of talk, through the video shorts and TikTok, reels and all that stuff about currency and, finding what notes and coins and stuff are worth money. So do I at all feel a little bit threatened? He's a pretty big channel. Am I worried about this individual, taking away viewership? No, not at all. There's plenty to go around, and there's a lot of folks who are, they watch both things. Very light gas pump too, right there. If this was on a dollar bill, I could probably flip it for $5. But a 20, yeah, it's too much. It's too rich for what it is. And a lot of great resources out there, I will say that, above and beyond me. So we do have another birthday note. It's kind of ridiculous. But does anyone know who was born January 19th, 1473? Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492. So he was 10 years old on this note, on this date right here. So technically, it is. It's more of a historical date than it is a birthday note. But yeah, kind of interesting. This one has some more Teller marks right on there. So yeah, pretty crazy. Man, but see how therapeutic and fun this can be. We found some interesting stuff, and the actual design of the note is busy enough where you could sit there and actually stare at it and marvel at the intaglio print. Even after a lot of wear, you could still feel the little ribs on Andrew Jackson's little lapel there. But yeah, wow. The A1 know who's born December 19th, year 48. Yeah, that sounds stupid coming out of my mouth, but, it is an actual date in history. So we're beyond halfway through the 20s. I know you guys, whoa, holy stainage, Batman. Okay, well, I'm kind of happy that there's nothing, interesting. The stain on the back is like similar in shape. Or I might be wrong. I don't know. Whoa. Someone was enjoying a little bit too much of the Kool-Aid there. Yeah, I mean, obviously the fines are much more impactful on dollar bills. You've heard me say that, a dozen times already. So, yeah. And always look out for misaligned overprint as well. I have seen a few sell on eBay. Of course, through the aid of the Pocket Change Market Report, you guys have seen it as well on the newer notes. So, always good to find. I mean, in all honesty, it's the one thing that you could search through where you don't need a magnifier. And yet, a lot of people are resistant to looking through currency, like it's above them. It's like, it's paper, it's garbage. But if you're willing to find stuff out of currency, turn around and flip it for 20 times face, then you could buy all the damn coins you want, right? You could buy all the silver and the precious metals and the hopes and dreams of every individual out there that wants to have a really nice precious metals portfolio. You could do that and use this as a means to an end. And some people just don't see it that way. It's like, wow, yeah, I don't want to look through currency. And the thing is, it's easier to get paper money from the bank than it is walking in trying to ask for even a $25 bank box of pennies. Some of you will probably agree with me on that. They'll get rid of paper all day long. You walk in there, you're like, yeah, can I have $500 in fives or ones or whatever? And more so than none, they would be more than happy to accommodate you. Because they always have ones. All right, that's like the one denomination where they have plenty of something. But yeah, I've had my detractors of currency hunters, of currency hunting, period, and it's unfortunate. It sucks, and I think if you would take a moment to love the hobby a little bit more, then you can love currency, part of numismatics a little bit more, and you're going to find that this is going to provide a lot more to you in the long run than just going through coins. I go through both. And I think the secret sauce to the success of finding what you need out of the hobby is utilizing all aspects of what it can provide. So you go through coins, you go through currency, but it's much deeper than that. You check out antique shops, you go to coin shops, you go scour online, on Facebook yard sale group and find stuff locally that people are looking to sell. If you utilize everything and just leave no stone unturned, then that's where a lot of the success is going to come. It's really where the rubber meets the road. So if we cover the two bookends there, we have a pretty nice 2-digit 6 serial 7s and 3s, but yeah, the 4 and 5 kind of ruined it. And of course the writing says 1,000 on there. So we're almost done here with the 20s. Yeah. These all these notes. I would say every single note has like a personality all on its own. Whether it's a little teller stamp or some writing, or in a way, it's history unfolding right before ourselves. Like, what are people doing out there? The writing things. I've seen notes where there's little messages written on there. So Yeah, up to this point, going through all of these 20s, we have found what three dates, three actual oriented correctly dates. Although the one from the year 48 is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, let's not fool ourselves there. That one is kind of crazy. But a historian might see a little bit of kind of like useful humor out of it. Yeah, this one's got crap on there. I don't know. It looks like burnt cheese. But yeah, as far as fancy serial numbers, I mean, nothing too crazy. And yeah. No, I'm not lost in thought. I'm just trying to go through the last few notes here. Let's see, we got a few left. So how about we just do this? Do this with the last few. So it's only going to be a matter of time. So you guys see the series date on here. You have 2017. This is the newest series because there's a changeover in something. No? Huh. I thought there was a changeover in maybe the secretary or the treasurer or whatever. But anyways, so the BEP might be utilizing the LEPE press to do the overprint on the 20s, I believe, the end of this year. All right. So based off of all of the weird shenanigans that we're seeing on the 1s and 5s with the blocks and the mismatches and all that, you might want to pay attention to the newer notes. Because they are going to be rolling that process out to the larger denominations here very shortly. But so as we go on to the last couple here, that's what we got. That is what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, we are done with $2,000 worth of 20s, which is 100. All right, so boom. All right, let's do some hundreds here. All right, so the thing about the hundreds is make sure you're looking at the watermark on here, because there's actual $100 bills where the watermark's missing, and that's an actual legitimate error. It was just left off the sheet in that place. But make sure you're looking at that. You're going to look at the serial numbers. Make sure you keep an eye out on any sort of misalignment, things of that nature. And I think there's even the security strip right here that's colored green. Nobody really knows how that came to be, whether that's sourced from the BEP on the original sheets or if that's a chemical altering. Don't know at this point. Don't really care. Maybe until we come across one. But yeah, make sure you're looking at both sides in the notes. Serial numbers, again, is all the rage here with this one. And star notes. There are some low-run star notes that are going to be worthwhile to look out for. I think maybe next I might do a strap of twos. You guys want to see a few straps of $2 bills? Always a favorite because of the design. But yeah, this should go relatively quick. It's less notes. And my eyes water when I go through high denom for fancies, because when you find a decent fancy serial number, it doesn't guarantee that'll make the note even more valuable. It's really actually very tough to sell a high denomination note with, say, a binary or a 4-digit repeater, which are kind of like the low end of the totem pole for fancy serial number hunting. So when you do find it, it's like, oh, can I sell this for maybe $140? Well, you could. But keep in mind, eBay's going to take that 13% off, for fees. So that's going to eat into your profits. And it's going to make that note worth a lot less, in the long run. And if you're just profiting, $20 off of that sale, and it took you 2 months to sell the thing, then it's not a lot of money to personally make a difference, but it might help if you have a few thousand listings on your store. So, yeah, serial numbers so far, nothing crazy on there. So we got some 2009 A's series numbers. Just to let you guys know, if you wanted to go check out your star notes or fancy serial numbers, mycurrencycollection.com is your source for such a thing. So make sure you bookmark that. Even if you're not a currency collector, bookmark it so that way you always have it on the ready. And then, all right. So except for the 5, we got 1s, 2s, and 3. So if we took the 5 and the 3 out and added another 1 and 2, that would be a pretty nice two-digit deal right there. But as close as that is, I have to reserve myself from keeping it, especially on a high denomination note, because you're going to be holding a $100 bill, and especially for folks that don't have thousands of dollars to play around with in this capacity, that saving that $100 bill or that 50 can be backbreaking. Teller mark right there. And serial numbers is nothing. Yeah, the serial numbers have been a little bit ho-hum in this batch. All right, I'm going to have to try ones. Yeah, there's another teller mark there. GHE, don't know what that is. But, we're going to continue on. Birthday notes are a little bit tough in hundreds. If you do come across one, again, it's not going to push the value high enough to justify keeping it. Unless it's your personal... Ooh, I like this next one coming up. So, man, this is so tough. December 1st, 1979. That's my dad's birthday. December 1st, not 1979. He was born a lot earlier than that. God rest his soul, by the way. He got me into coins, so you guys can thank him for getting me out there in YouTube land and being one of the top 100 coin YouTubers. But strangely enough, that's my dad's actual friggin' birthday. I'm gonna have to. Oh man, now I'm really torn. I was born in 78, so November 1878. I'd probably given you guys way too much information than necessary, but yeah, I was at that point right there. I was a year and a few weeks old. All right, don't know really what I was doing December 1st, other than imagining my dad's birthday and all that stuff. He was a very soft-spoken individual, so we didn't really do the whole, song and dance and all that great stuff. But so we have my month and day, my dad's month and day. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. That is the most weirdest coincidental thing that you could come across. I think that's a message. Yeah, Dad, I'm thinking about you too. Love you. But yeah, it's that's kind of neat. So you got a pair, and then repeater, 0202. Now, that's not anything, right? It's just a really interesting looking serial number. That's a combination of two well-known fancies. But it's comboed out on one serial number string, and nobody's going to pay you enough money to justify keeping that, which sucks. It's like, oh boy. So continuing on, yeah. Anyways, we're almost done. We got a few more notes here. 1978. See, there's my date. If you look deeper into stuff on here, we, kind of put that right there side by side, 11/18/78. Then yeah, that's maybe I was meant to be on camera with you folks talking about this. 2099. That's 70 some odd years from now. 77 years. It's almost as if I'm going through tarot cards, and it's giving me kind of a weird vibe deal. I don't know. I'm really not into that sort of thing, but it's funny. A little bit of an inking issue there. Nothing really going on with that one. Hey, what's that 50 doing back there? Okay, so we had a little bit more than $6,000. We had a straggler come on board. $50 bill. I forgot I had gotten a 50. So, oh man, hey, you actually gotta love and enjoy the design of the 50. It's very simple, but man, is it cool? Is it cool? I mean, it's like pure American kind of like subjects, in full display here. But $6,050 down, ladies and gentlemen. $6,050 up, $6,050 down. Quite interesting. That's a legit birthday. So if you guys know anyone that's born December 1st, 1979, which would make you 40-something years old. Not as old as me, of course. 43 coming up here in a few months. Or my birth date, only 17 years too early. November 18, 1961. Yeah. So, it's a little smudge of schmutz there. Yeah, pretty interesting. I mean, this is all very weirdly coincidental stuff, and you got to witness it here firsthand on my channel. I really don't know what to say. I'm kind of at a loss for words. This is all kind of creepy and weird, and I don't know. It's like a message is being told to me by something otherworldly. I mean, if you believe in that stuff. But yeah, that was kind of cool. Something for the ages. I think that's maybe, life telling me that I shouldn't be going through $6,000 in high denom bills, that I should stick with once. Oh, there you go. And then do a live video for once, Blue. I will. Thank you guys for tuning in for this one. Sorry to keep it so long and drawn out, but I give you a little bit of entertainment to get through your day. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check me out on the good old Tickety Talk as well at BlueRidgeSilverhound. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we got more to come. So stay tuned. Have a good one.